president. They lied to the president that they were going to get fertilizer, only to find themselves in a pharmacy. Why are you doing this to the president? And we are saying the trend cannot continue. Whether you like the president or you don't like the president, but you must respect the office of the president. He is the president of this nation, and he must be respected and be given information that is right and proper. Madam Speaker, getting down to the business of the day, no matter whatever economic jargons you can use to do with the economy, but the reality on the ground is that our people are suffering. When the minimum wage was 35,000, for example, our people at 7,000 kwacha per bag, they were able to buy 5 bags of maize. And that is a value of the economy that we had. Today, at 52,000 kwacha minimum wage, one can hardly buy a bag of maize. You cannot tell me that the economy is on the right track. You cannot tell me that the economy is on the right track when Food Ravers is closing down. You cannot tell me that the economy is on the right track when people are sleeping with hardly a meal a day, when commodity prices are going up every day. You plan today, tomorrow you find that something else has happened. You cannot tell me that the economy is going on well when manufacturers cannot remit funds to wherever they have bought commodities for the same. You cannot tell me that the economy is well when things are not going on. Now the question, Madam Speaker, is when we say our people's lives have improved within the last 4 years, what are we talking about? We have got a people that cannot afford to send their kids to school anymore. We've got a people, Madam Speaker, who cannot afford to make ends meet. We've got a people, Madam Speaker, who can hardly feed themselves. And I want to put this on record, Madam Speaker. There have been sentiments in this House that have said, we are glad that farmers are making more money. When we talk about inflation, food inflation in an agricultural country like this one matters most. And when we talk about food inflation, we are talking about expenditure of consumers. And what we are saying here is between the farmers, the manufacturers, and those that are spending, how many are suffering? You cannot say because the farmer is making more money, then you leave the man out there suffering because, and you clap hands to say we have made more money for farmers. What about the people that are spending their money? These people are suffering big time, and we needed a SONA that gives us direction on a number of things. One, how do we stop this chasing of the kwacha? The kwacha is fast running than we are doing. Every day, we can't even catch it. Every day, you find that the dollar is at a different price. Today, the kwacha on the dollar on the black market is trading at 5,300. Whilst at the bank, it is still at 1,700. How long are we going to chase it? Commodities and prices will continue to grow, and we will not do anything on the ground. I want to make a plea. Can we be told what are the plans to curb, to manage, and resolve the scarcity of a dollar in this country? What are the plans to engage and move towards production, not only for production for our local consumption, but production, one, for import substitution, production, two, for exports, to make sure that we are bringing more forex in the country. Import substitution to make sure that we are not spending money even on toothpicks, on matches, on tomatoes, on eggs. What are we doing to make sure that such is happening? What are we doing to make sure that the 50% that constitutes the commodity price of our things, our commodities in Malawi, in terms of transport, what are we doing to make sure that it is curbed? Once we begin to do that, then we will now begin to see that at least we are talking. But as it stands now, we have failed, you have failed, and failed miserably. And to look at another 5-year term with such a trajectory on how people are suffering, what do you want to do? To kill the people? It can't be. There is no way you can want another 5 years, because another 5 years with this trajectory is a pen. With these few remarks, Madam Speaker, I plead, let us be serious and have our people's welfare in mind. The people of Solo Central demands that. I thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable. I did recognize Rompe West.